Caretaker manager Andy Awford here at St James's Park, and well, what a start to your life as caretaker manager. I mean, just try and sum up your feelings with that dramatic 90 plus 10 minute winner.
Yeah, Paul Benson's managed to snatch it at the death for us, and obviously we're delighted. We've worked all week on a certain way of playing. We knew how they would play with the possession-based game that they play, and we tried to stifle that as much as we could and then counter. And we did that very well first half. And I thought deservedly we're in front. We had to defend for long periods, but that was always going to be the case, the way they play. And then could we catch them the other way? Right in the first minute, Danny Green had a great chance, didn't he? But, from that we pinched the ball high up the pitch. So yeah, I'm elated. Obviously, I'm delighted for everybody. It's been a real tough week for obvious reasons for everybody concerned with the football club. So hopefully we can push on now. But yeah, it's been a tough week, so everybody's delighted in that dressing room. I
mean, let's just start from the first minute onwards then. So first of all, your three changes. You said there was only going to be minor tweaks to the squad. Jake Howes coming in from the unknown, to be fair, this season for a starting 11 position.
I thought Jake Howes was outstanding. He gave his absolute all, and we knew he was going to blow up at some time because he hasn't played for, as you said, for so long. So once the club asked me to do the role, I was always going to play Jake Howes if I could. So I spoke with Jake and I spoke with the club, and they got on with it, and then I was able to pick him. He was available for selection, which was great news. He's like a new signing out there today, but obviously we knew he wouldn't last, especially on a heavy pitch like that. So I thought he was outstanding today. I thought it was a heck of a performance from him.
And you were able to welcome back Scott Cuthbert. That was perhaps a surprise to Luton fans, but in his absence, Luke Wilkinson has missed out.
Yeah, Luke was injured today. Luke had a very tight hamstring on Thursday in training. So I didn't have a decision to make from that respect. That was made for me. So yeah, Luke wasn't fit to be in the squad. So that wasn't my selection. That was just him not fit.
And then Cameron McGeehan was welcomed back to the starting 11, and he popped up with the opening goal for you.
Yeah, delighted for Cameron. I think he's got a lot of quality in his play. And I've watched Cameron obviously from afar in training and stuff, and he has got that goal in his locker, hasn't he, as we know. So we wanted somebody to play just in behind Paul Benson who could be a goal-scoring threat, who had the legs to get to Paul, and we chose Cam to play in that role. So I thought he put a right good shift in today and deserved his goal.
When we spoke to Hakan previously, we talked about penalty takers. There didn't seem to be a dedicated penalty taker. There just seemed to be a little bit of an instant. Cameron picked the ball up and Danny Green wanted it.
If I'm honest, that's my fault. I should have nominated a penalty taker before the game. And that's a detail that I missed today with all what's gone on. It's something that just got put under the carpet, to be honest. So from now on, I will nominate a penalty taker all the time that I'm in charge, and that won't happen again.
And who will that be?
I'll keep that to myself.
I mean, you have had 3 penalty takers this season. Danny Green,
yeah, they've all scored, haven't they?
And they've all scored,
so, yeah. Maybe we'll get tiles ago.
But that was the opening goal, and then 5 minutes later, Green got his goal. A great strike from him, and 2-0, 35 minutes play.
I thought Sean Long did great for both goals. The first goals, he's in the box for the penalty, great overlapping run, and Sean's got legs to do that. Obviously he wins the penalty, good link up play with him and Macca, Craig McCall-Smith there, and then the second goal, Sean's put a lovely ball in, another good bit of play, and Danny's finished it off well at the far stick. So it was important the way we played today, that when we got opportunities we took them. They're a possession-based team, Exeter, so when you do get it, you've got to work them. And I thought first half we executed that well, second half not as much, but thankfully Paul Benson's popped up with a winner.
And I don't think there'd be too many Luton fans that would have taken expected the 3 points even at 2-0 up with an hour to play. So we do it the hard way.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of games this year, obviously, and especially early in the season, we seem to have heartbreak at the end of the game, didn't we? So maybe it's turned a little bit today, and maybe we deserve that little bit of luck for what went on early in the season. I remember playing against Portsmouth, and I remember the Oxford game, and just 2 that spring to mind straight away. And I think we've had our fair share of hard luck stories over the season, so maybe it's evened out a little bit today. And I think for the effort and the application and the discipline that the players showed today, I think they deserve that result.
I mean, but to be fair to Exeter, they probably did deserve a share of the points across the game. Just 18 corners on my notes.
I spoke to Paul after the game. We exchanged a handshake at the end, and I congratulated him on the way his team played. And that's he's been here a long time, and he's able to put that philosophy into Exeter. We defended manfully today. I knew what was coming today, and Exeter do it very well. They're a good side. I think they've only lost one here all season, haven't they? So when you put it into context, that's a hell of a result for us, and we're just delighted with the 3 points.
Now that 3 points came about in the 10th minute of injury time. I mean, first of all, we'll talk about that because obviously the substitutions, the injury to the assistant referee, the injury to Scott Cuthbert. I mean, what were you thinking when 9 minutes are shown on the board and Exeter are in control?
I knew it wasn't going to be 2 or 3 because of all the, like you just said, like of all the stoppages and all the goings on that had happened in that second half. So we knew it was going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. So we knew it was coming. So it wasn't too much of a surprise. I'm glad there was now, obviously, so that because we nicked up the other end and managed to snatch it late on. So delighted for everybody, especially supporters who came down, and you know it's a long way from Luton to Exeter. It costs a lot of money, and I'm delighted for them, and it's good for everybody involved.
I mean, Jack had a chance, didn't he, with about 7 minutes on it, 3 against 1. Josh has played him through, and
fair play to the staff because you know when you're out there like I mean, it's all absorbing, and you know a couple, members of the staff have come to me, and, maybe we could do, and you listen to your staff at all times, and the substitutions I think worked today, and we've had 2 chances. As soon as Jack Marritt's on the pitch, Benno obviously scores, and he had the golden opportunity, didn't he, which I thought was in. And we were a bit bold with that substitution, let's say, to try and get 2 on up there and try and keep us up the pitch a little bit. They penned us in, and we needed that extra body up the top to try and to get us out, if you know what I mean, to get us up the pitch. And Jack did that very well. And it was from that point of view, it worked. We were pleased with that.
And you talked about Paul Benson's touch there. Controversial winner or clear-cut goal?
I think it's a goal. I'm glad I had my glasses on, otherwise I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't. I think it's a goal. I've just had a look at it on the video. Paul wasn't sure whether the goalie had 2 hands on it or not. I think it's one of them. Sometimes you get, sometimes you don't, in all honesty. But we had a quick look at it. I think it's a legitimate goal. And listen, we've had enough hard luck stories this season, so we'll take anything that comes our way. And
for yourself personally, a great way to end your first game in charge.
Yeah, the missus isn't happy. I was supposed to go Christmas shopping into an event tonight, so she's used to it, obviously. But no, it was once the club asked me to step in on a temporary basis. You have to do what you have to do, and obviously, we've all pulled together this week after a difficult week, as I've said, and it's a fantastic result and a good end. And we now got a nice week to prepare for Wickham at home on Boxing Day, which will be a great atmosphere. There'll be a few in that day, no doubt, with it being Boxing Day, and supporters will get behind us like they did today. I thought they were magnificent today, the supporters, and they've sucked that ball in the net today, and hopefully they can suck a few more in at home.